Welcome back to another Ask Me Anything. My name is Zach Hill, and this is IT Career Questions. Here we help you guys who are looking to get into the information technology field by answering the questions that you might have, or even putting out videos on things that you never thought to ask before. We're here to help you guys. That's what this is all about. Today we had a question from one of our viewers asking if I could put together a video that helps kind of walk through the process of interviewing for entry-level roles or help desk roles. And on top of that, is there a dress code for these types of entry-level roles? First things first, you aren't expected to know everything for an interview, especially in a entry-level type of interview. You are going to be asked questions, and there are going to be many things that you simply do not have the answer to. The number one bit of advice that I can give for you guys is be honest. Be 100% honest and tell them, sorry, I don't know what you're talking about, but this is the key point right here. Even though you don't know something, that's fine. Explain what you would do to figure that out. Don't even give them the opportunity to move on to the next question if you don't know something. Say, I'm not really familiar with that technology, or I'm not really familiar with troubleshooting this type of issue, but here's what I would do to figure it out. Now, whether what you do to figure that out is reach out to your coworkers, you go out on Google, and believe me, going to Google is an okay thing to do. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody in IT uses Google on a daily, hourly, probably every 10 minutes or so basis. To be quite honest with you guys. So don't fear, saying, hey, I would go and look out on Google. I would go watch a YouTube video to figure it out. What you're doing here is telling the person that you're interviewing with that you have the ability to go further. You have the ability to figure out what type of troubleshooting you should do next by researching, by asking questions to your coworkers or asking questions to Google. These are great things that you can emphasize during the interview process. So if you don't know something, that's okay, as long as you can follow it up with what you're going to do to learn that something. The next thing that I could tell you guys about an entry-level interview is they're more so looking for your personality. They're not going to put a lot of heavy weight into your technical abilities. Now, while having technical abilities is always a great help for you, for an entry-level type of role, it's really your personality. Is your personality going to fit with their culture? Are you able to learn and adapt quickly based on, answers that you've given to questions that they had asked? Because they are going to ask you, how do you deal with an issue, or how have you dealt with an issue with, limited resources, or explain this scenario to me. It's all about reassuring them that you are the right person. And why are you the right person? Well, you're the right person because you know what to do to troubleshoot. You can figure out the steps that it takes, whether it's asking people or asking Google. You can explain your thought process, which is a huge one. And of course, you're able to explain things to these people in ways that they can understand. Communication is huge when it comes to entry-level jobs, because oftentimes you're going to find yourself dealing with end users. That's a primary focus in entry-level IT work, is dealing with end users and dealing with people. And that is one thing that you can definitely emphasize during an interview. It's, again, going back to showing your personality, showing who you are, and showing them that you have the ability, you have the drive, you want to learn, you want to help people, because that's what you're going to be doing, is helping people. Now, I've done videos like this before. I'll put a link in the description to a playlist where I've done interview tips and tricks, and I highly suggest you check that out because it's going to have more information on it. However, this is really kind of straight to the point, the best advice that I could give you guys, and may not have been straight to the point. I apologize for that. But it really comes down to, what is it that employers are looking for during the interview process? And that's the key things right there, is your ability to troubleshoot, your personality, and how you get things resolved, and what your thought process is like. I cannot stress and emphasize that enough. And be honest. Be so completely honest. It will hurt you because you have to be so honest. But don't lie during interview. Now, the next part of this question was, what is the dress code? Well, the dress code from business to business is always different. we never know what we're going to get into until we actually maybe get to that interview or you get offered the job, and then you may find out what the dress code is like. Typically, you're going to find that it's business casual in most places. I have not really worked in a place that has been completely casual, besides school districts. Maybe they really didn't care what you wore as long as it was somewhat appropriate. So it really depends. That's the answer. I can't tell you what the dress code is because I don't know what companies you are applying for. So varies from location to location. That's all we got in today's video. I hope you guys appreciate it. We're doing more of these AMAs. That's Ask Me Anything. If you guys have a question that you want featured in a video, leave a comment below. Ask your question because I would love to answer your questions in a video and hopefully you get featured in one. That's all we got in today's video. As always, take it easy.